Welcome to this week's vlog. This week is a real lesson in adaptability. I read the cloud charts. I read the weather forecast for last night or for this morning, and it looked absolutely beautiful for a location that I was hoping to shoot. When I got there this morning, 5 o'clock this morning, it was nothing but rain and solid cloud cover. So I've driven about half an hour thereabouts south of there to a place I've shot many times, Nudgee Beach, simply to try and get away from the cloud cover and rain. So here I am. The advantages of shooting locations over and over again is that when you arrive, you don't need that scouting time. And that's me now here at Nudgee Beach. Bear with me a sec, I'll just set up my camera. So shooting here, I know where the sun rises. Sun rises straight there. I know that the cloud cover we've got, even though I've got cloud directly across the horizon, I also know at this location, it can sometimes work. We do have a break above it, and these clouds above me should light up. I've shot here many times, so I know these things. So I don't need to go running around trying to find locations to shoot. I already know. The colour's starting to come on these clouds above me. I've got some trees here, which very popular trees. I also know that this is probably the best angle to shoot those trees on because I come here time and time again. And also know this little lagoon area when the tide is out, like it was this morning, is nearly always here. Put water pools here, so I can use that as reflections. I know these things, so I'm quite relaxed, even though I'm, what's the time now? About 8 minutes from sunrise. I'm quite relaxed. These things I know. The only thing that's going to have me surprised now, is if the colour starts to come in these clouds a lot quicker than I thought. Now let me set up this camera so I don't miss this shot. So for me, the only things I don't know is lens choice and my composition in terms of, is it going to be landscape or portrait? So, camera off the tripod, even though I have my tripod set here, and I'm just going to move the camera up and down, side to side, and see whether or not I can frame quite a nice image here. So just hold on. And there I think I have it. I have my tripod and the advantages of being able to take the camera off the tripod and move around. Just fraction or just some subtle increments in terms of movement up and down and side to side can field a completely different result. Looking to keep these clouds above me in. I also want the reflections in the water, because I think if the sun does come and pop up on here and I do get the colour, then the reflections in the water are just going to be just something to die for. I now know I want to be lower with the camera tilted upwards, so we'll get those reflections, but I'll also capture this sky. So let me do that. Okay, so now I have my shot all framed up and I'm quite happy with it. The next thing for me to do is to obviously put the memory card in, because I don't have a memory card in it at the moment. But now start to look at filters and seeing whether or not it's necessary here. I'll turn you around in a moment. I'll get you to have a look at the scene in front of me and see what I'm taking. But yeah, hopefully the colour comes. Although the clouds are now starting to shift across and covering the sun or the horizon a lot more than what it was before. But I have seen conditions like this here, and it still can potentially pop. I do have a little bit of colour over here, so I'm hoping that it'll also come this way too. So sometimes when the clouds do cover the horizon, don't panic. You can still get good shots. You just got to know the area, you've got to know the cloud cover type, you just got to know what you're doing as well. Patience is the key. Colour's starting to come, getting excited. Probably can't see me, but you can definitely see behind me. We're getting some beautiful colour on some of the clouds around me. Oh my gosh, this behind me is spectacular. I'm literally going to run now, take my camera over here and just capture this behind me. Spectacular. Sometimes it really does pay to look behind you. Just concentrating on areas that I really know about here. The lagoon there, the tree there, the sunrise there, the way the clouds were. The clouds actually popped up and smothered out the sunrise over this direction as much as more than I'd hoped. But this way, look at this. Look at this behind me. All I can say is, wow. What I have done is I've done a really quick change. I've stuck my wide angle Tokina 11 to, I think it's the 11 to 6. Hold on a second. The 11 to 16 mil on the front. I'm sitting at about 1.5 to 2 seconds. The reason I'm doing that is I want to smooth out the water as best as possible. I don't have too many ripples or anything. It's just little fish swimming around in this little pondy sort of area here. I've got my polarizing filter on the front, the Nissi polarizing filter. Not doing much, just cutting a little bit of glare out, but not too much because I still want this color. I've got a 2-stop soft edge grad in there as well. I'm sitting at about, like I said, at around about the 2 second mark. F16 and ISO 50. But the scene here is just constantly changing. As the clouds come through, the scene is just constantly changing. What a spectacular morning. Alright, so hopefully you can see me. That's me done for the morning. There is still easily shootable light here. I'm not going to say that there's not. It's still such a beautiful location. Most of the colour's gone, the sun's starting to come up, and I've got kids I need to help my wife get to school this morning. I got the day off work. I'm a little bit sick, but not sick enough not to come out to do some photography. I want to say thank you very much for watching. This morning hadn't been as I'd planned. I wasn't actually going to vlog this morning, which is why there's no B-roll in this one at all. I was literally going to go and do some shooting for me, and I planned to vlog out for tomorrow. But because of the changeable conditions, because I went to a location and it didn't turn out just right, I thought I'm going to share this with you guys and show you that sometimes landscape photography, like, you can't plan. Even though I did the best I possibly could, looking at the cloud charts, looking at the hour-by-hour weather reports, looking at all of those resources I have available to me, it still didn't work. I went to a place called Beachmere. I've shot there numerous times. I was looking to shoot at a different area of Beachmere just to try and get a different shot. And when I arrived, like I said this morning, it was just completely cloud covered and raining. And I had a decision to make. I could wait, it looked like it potentially could part a little bit there, or drive down to Nudgee Beach. And I chose to drive down to Nudgee Beach, very local for me. And I'm glad I did. Sometimes you need to sit and wait, and sometimes you just have to pull the pin and go. And the only reason that today worked out for me is because I know this location. Shooting local is the key to good photography when you're starting out in landscape photography. Shoot local, shoot often. I know this location, I know what happens with the light, and I know the compositions that are here, so it's very easy for me just to turn up, boom, get my shots. New locations, not quite so much, but this location definitely. And the only reason it worked today here is because I have spent many a morning down here and know the light, know this place, and know the compositions I can get. So look, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I do apologise, no B-roll, no anything like that in this particular vlog. It's just me talking. Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, I'll put all my shots up now, show you what I got. I did get more than I normally would here. I did get more than I normally would full stop in any shoot. So I think this morning was an incredibly successful morning. I did get a little bit of time lapse of the sun coming up, not much. I'll show you that as well. I think I may have put that in the video before. I also want to say it has been disastrous in terms of I dropped this camera and gimbal today. Ended up in the mud. That's currently covered and caked in mud. My M50 is completely caked in mud. Still going, doing well. So need to get that home and clean it very thoroughly before my trip to New Zealand. Guys, again, thank you very much for watching. If you like the channel and you like my content, please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that bell icon. Other than that, I'll see you next week.